ISAs,
conversion and on all appointments in the circle of competing
competence,
capacity. What did you get? I think about that.
competence and capacity.
Yeah.
The more you do, the activity, the wider, the better you get at it, basically. The more competent you get at it.
Yeah, the more competent you get at it. But then the other thing is that did you see? I love the way that the competency part, but then it also went into conversion, right? Liliana, what did he mean by the conversion numbers?
I had an appointment at 12:30, so by that point I had disconnected from the
Okay.
call.
Okay. So who else was on the call that can tell me what
I
he was
heard it.
talking about?
I heard
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
So overall, the average conversion rate is 24%. And he gave us, Mike Forza told us how to calculate that. And if you're not, that's not going to change. So the only way you're going to hit your goals is to have more appointments. Basically, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, and we talk about that pretty much every call, don't I, Donna?
Every time.
It's kind of like, gosh, here we go again. Now we got somebody else talking about it, but I love it when they talk about it because it's like, okay, that's just another third-party validation for me that somebody's talking about something. So we're going to go into that in a few minutes. But I wanted to, Hank, are you out there, Hank Sorensen and Ray?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Here.
how are you doing, Hank? There's
Good,
Ray.
good.
So, and I don't know if we have anybody else new to the region, but we wanted to welcome Hank and kind of share some news with you. Hank Sorensen is back with us. I don't know, I must be a crazy person. Hank is back with us as the team leader in Oviedo. So we're
Welcome,
really
Hank.
excited. We're really excited to welcome Hank back. Rich, I see you just joined us. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did I miss anybody else's birthday today? All right, so happy birthday, Rich. And Hank is back joining us as the team leader of the Oviedo Market Center. And as you know, that was the market center that Joseph was with. And some of you might have seen through Facebook that he made a decision that he wanted to leave and pursue another opportunity. We did give him some opportunities to look at. And in fact, even a couple of things to do working with the region in a capacity where he would be doing some opportunities to help us grow. But ultimately, he decided that working on Veronica Figueroa's team was a better direction for him. Kind of going back into real estate, I guess, Ray, a little bit, right?
Correct. Yep.
Right. And so that was the direction that he wanted to take. So we wish him well. And you're going to be seeing Hank. Now, I want to say one thing because I received some information over the weekend about seeing a post. Okay. Now, here's the thing. You've all signed a non-solicit agreement. Okay. What that means is after you leave, you cannot be in a leadership capacity. You can't be, recruiting our agents, but we honestly can't stop anybody from making generic posts. Does that make sense? So, but here's the thing that I'm going to say. So unless you see with anybody, this doesn't have to do specifically anything with Joseph. It could be anybody that was in a leadership capacity that left us and you see that they're recruiting, remember they're under that non-solicitation. And when that occurs, then we can take action and do some things. But here's the other thing, guys. People are going to do whatever they're going to do. Okay. We've got to be better at what we do. So if you see somebody that's left us and they're doing a good job of making posts and talking about their change and all the values and tools and everything, the new company that they're at, it's like, where's our post? Because I say, well, show me what we've already done. Show me what we're sending out. And we need to be better at telling our story. Does everybody agree with that? Okay.
Yes.
So, and there's just a lot of fake news. It's kind of like the thing with Mark Willis the other day. I got something and it said, this person, Mark Willis is out and Keller Williams is suing KV Core. I appreciate the information, but we need to investigate things a little bit. So Mark Willis isn't out, as you know that, and you saw him on the call today. He's just in a better role for himself. Okay. And I think it's going to be his sweet spot. But at the same time, KV Core was purchased by another company. And so is Boomtown, and they have taken our purple bold and they now call their CRM Bold Trail. And it's bold in our font and in our color purple. So Keller Williams, yes, is suing this company for trademark infringements to protect us. Does that make sense? So you're going to see this stuff. And what's interesting is people contact us and say, oh, you know, I'm not going to come there because Keller Williams is suing. I mean, it's just say, well, can you investigate that and show me the real story? Okay. So we need to do our due diligence and not, you know, some of this stuff is just fake news. You know what I mean? So just stay on top of it. I'm happy to help you, but tell people to go investigate what they want to investigate so we don't get caught up in a bunch of misleading stories and focused on the wrong thing. Agents need to be listing and selling real estate, and we need to be growing and not worrying about what everybody else is doing. So Hank, we're excited to have you on board. Welcome back. And I know that you're going to bring a lot of great wealth and information to help all of us. So we love having our team leaders be able to share their experiences with everybody. So thank you for being on board. All right. So we have some big, real news to share with you, not fake news, real news that we want to share with you. So Ashley, we didn't get a drum roll, did we?
We didn't, but
We didn't
we
get
have
a
a
drum
lot of
roll,
people
but-
on this call that can make a drum roll.
Yeah, so I think we need to do a drum roll. So we are going to be, oh, am I sharing right now? I'm not going to share because I don't want to pull it up.
Yes, you are.
Let me pull it up before, this is like, okay, so I want to do this before I show it. Okay, so let me hold on. I just got to make sure. Okay, now I'm going to go back and share, and I hope it doesn't mess anything up. Okay, so share. See, when I go back to share, then it takes me back to this other thing. So
I know, and then it has the things on the side and you don't want it
I
to
know.
show anything.
I don't
know.
want this to show. So because I gotta log out. I gotta minimize this to get into show mode. Everybody close your eyes.
Everybody close. Yeah, they're gonna do that. No problem. Every single one of them, eyes are closed. Every one of them.
God, you think I was like a first time putting this thing together. All right, hold on for a second. Here we go. Let me get
You're
this done
winning.
quickly.
You got this, Georgia. You're doing great.
Okay. There, yeah, I didn't do it too fast.
No, you
I
did. Get away. There
I
we
did.
go.
It's good. It's good.
No,
saw
it
it.
showed there for a minute.
Oh, I know, but that was the only thing I could do. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't do it otherwise. So,
All
Anyway.
right.
all right, we good?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it took longer on your end than it did on my end because I did it immediately.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do. It is time to announce the cruise contest winners. Da 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 da. Are you ready, Ashley?
We're ready.
Now, here's what I have to announce. Well, first of all, we should make sure that all of our cruise contest people are here. I do want to give our condolences. They may not be on the call because Brandy and Dayton, their father passed away. So before I shared some information on this, I just wanted to say their dad passed away. He was diagnosed with lung cancer just a short time ago. I don't think they're on the call today, but please keep Dayton and Brandy in your thoughts and prayers today. So we in our rules, we said the top three, right? Ashley, in our rules,
Yes.
we
Yes.
said the top three. However, because you have such a fabulous regional director, I think, and because we wanted to reward everybody that participated at this particular level, we're going to make an announcement that we're going to allow some others to take the cruise. So we're going to start off in the fifth position. Are you guys excited?
Woo!
Woo, okay. In the fifth position with a total of 17 points and 7 qualifying recruits, we have Orlando Lake Nona. Woo! There you go. There you go. Ray, you're going on a cruise with me. Sarah, Liliana, everybody. Karina, well, I don't know about Karina because
We're
she's having,
super excited. No, Karina will be out
there you go.
in baby duty.
All right. In the fourth spot with 19 total points and 6 qualifying recruits, Tallahassee, yay, Candace and the team. Man, they did a really good job. They went out and got an Indy and they brought over some really, really great agents. So congratulations to Tallahassee and the team. Are you out there?
We're here. We're excited, Georgia.
Excited? Yay! All right.
Yay.
In the
Thank you.
third spot, aren't you glad I opened up 2 more spots?
Yeah.
In the third spot, with 21 total points and 6 qualifying recruits, who do we have? Dennis! Woo! Brandy and Dayton. That would be Brandy and Dayton and the team out there, Robin. So congratulations, everybody in the Venice Market Center. In the number 2 spot, with 21 total points and 8 qualifying recruits, who could it be? Oviedo! Oviedo is in the house. Ray, you got 2 market centers in the house. And
All right.
Hank joined at the most appropriate time. All right. And in the number 1 spot, does anybody know who it might be? 23 total points and 9 qualifying recruits. Does anybody know who it could be?
Is it Donna? Tell me it's Donna.
Celebration! Donna! So that is our
Yeah.
cruise contest winner. So I'm going to show you the actual list here.
Great job, everyone.
Let me show you how this all broke down. Whoops, hold on. I need to get out of here. Okay. So let me show you how this all broke down. And gosh, this thing's getting in my way. Okay. Here was our actual cruise contest. So you see why I made the decision that I made. If it hadn't have been so close, it would have been a little bit different, but you guys here, you all met the gap to qualify. Do you see that? And I didn't want to, and then you got the points here. Everybody else, and we did a double check. So we sent out an email. We said, does anybody have anybody else that joined after, January 1st that might have joined in December or something? And we didn't, we said, no. So I couldn't just, I know we said the top 3, but you all did such a great job that I'm just put it in the budget and we're going to take 5 of you. 5 of you are going to be going. 5 market centers are going to be going. So we're really, really excited. So congratulations. Great job, everybody. And we're going to continue to do some things like this, because here's the thing that I recognize is that we had a lot of market centers that didn't bring in some top performing people or some cappers or half cappers. So what this contest actually had me start to do was to start looking at some of our numbers. And so I started doing this. This actually was how this all got started. Well, actually it got started because we were starting to track some things. And then as I saw this, I thought, well, how can we, Ashley and I and the team, Lucas, how can we really start to build some momentum off of this? So then we started doing for each market center, a market center gain and a market center loss report. And so if I look here, you're going to be getting all of this information. So as I look here, these are all of the, let me show you this here, large. These are all of the market centers, or I went in and we started saying, how many cappers did we bring in? How many half cappers, how many quarter cappers, et cetera, et cetera. We brought in, I got to move you guys over. We brought in 83 caps. Now, the way I determined a cap was I took the volume times 2.7 times 25%. So it could be off a little bit one way or the other, okay? But 83 caps, 47 half caps, 49 quarter caps, 117 below quarter cap, and 199 zeros. So here's the thing that we identified. Here's all the theoretically cappers. And I understand that sometimes these people go on a team, so they're not really a capper. I get that, but this is all I know. So we went down here and we started saying, okay, anybody that was 17,000 or below, we would consider a half cap, even though it's more like a 3/4 cap. And we went down to 9,000. And then we said that these would be quarter caps, 5,000 to 8,000. And then we went down to below quarter cap. Okay. And then we went all the way down to 0. And then we said, these are all the people that came in that were zeros. So it's interesting that we're bringing in a lot of people that had 0 production. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, But what we are going to be monitoring now is we're going to be monitoring, are they getting into production? So like you see here, and we see that they are getting into production. And maybe you have better numbers than we have. But so this was one thing we identified. The other thing I identified was this. I highlighted the different companies. This is my weekend work. Okay. I identified the different companies starting with franchises. So this is Berkshire Hathaway, Better Homes, this is BHHS, okay. Century 21, Caldwell Banker. We got quite a few from Caldwell Banker. Compass, Engel Volkers, Epic. I know I'm not sure they're franchise or not, but I know they're a competitor now. ERA, Exit, EXP. Look at all the people we brought in from EXP. Quite a few from EXP. Now, EXP is always going to show up in Jacksonville, but I got another way for you to look at that. Okay. La Rosa, LPT, and One Sotheby's, and then Premier Sotheby's, Remax, and I think that's where it ended. Oh wait, Weichert. And so then you can see the other ones. Now, I'm going to give this to you because the other thing you guys can do, first of all, you can see who we brought over, what their volume was, and use that as a tool to be able to find out if it's somebody that you can talk to. So for instance, their volume here was 365 days before. So I knew this is Dayton got this gal along one of the very last days, a $23 million producer coming over from Remax. And if Dayton was here, he would be telling you is that we have the models, tools, and systems and the leverage tools that she needed to be able to grow her team. So if we were looking at Orlando Southwest, we would want to call Sean, and we always want to say, why did Donna Calhoun come over from EXP? Or Jamie and say, why did Brittany come over from EXP? Or Angie, why did this person come over from Compass? Do you see what I'm doing, guys? So now you can use this as a tool to be able to talk to these team leaders who are bringing over these top agents from these companies and say, what did you need to do, number one, to get the person over? Why are they coming over? And using some of these as a tool for you. Then the other thing you can do is you can sort this by market center. If you want, we can go back to sorting it by market center. And so if you wanted to see, like in Jacksonville Beach, if you wanted to see, like if you're in Jack's Beach and you wanted to see what they were doing, you could go into this because Jack's Beach might be in your area, or Jack's Mandarin. Are you with me? So you can sort this any way that you want to be able to use this as a tool to be able to help you with your recruiting goals. The other thing we're doing is we've done a recap. And so what I found is interesting is Orlando Lake Nona, in the last 12 months, you brought over 11 people that have indicated that they're, according to broker metrics, are cappers. Okay, now they may be on a team, Liliana, so they may not be a capper to you, but they're a producing agent that went on a team. Okay, it's still the notoriety of people joining. And I'm not sure that we're doing a really good job of, and I'll say this about us too, of promoting these people and letting us know, or you guys know, or putting it out on Facebook that somebody just joined us. I'm not sure if we're doing a really good job of that or not. I don't know. I don't think we are. So I think that's another area that we could certainly, we as a region can improve on, and then maybe you guys can improve on it as well. Oviedo had 7, Celebration had 6, Sarasota Metro had 6, Tallahassee had 5, Brandon, Lakeland, et cetera, et cetera. But here's what stands out to me. And then we're going to go into the Slack numbers real quick. Most of you had a goal this year. Minimum, I think, was 6. Maybe there was one with 4, but most of you were 6. Some of you were 6, some of you were 10. But I'm going to say the majority of the goals this year was a minimum of 12 cappers. Okay, but yet look at this. These are all the market centers that had 0. All the market centers had 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so only Liliana, and I think a lot of these were brought in, Liliana, since you started, or at least 50% were before you and 50% have been since you, right?
70-30, 70% were me, 30% previous.
Because when did you start in the role?
Part-time in April, full-time May.
Yeah. So, yeah, so it was a pretty good, so I know that you've been doing a really good job of bringing these over, okay. The other thing I want to just chat about really quick is, cap management, because I've been going through some of these, numbers, and I've been looking at the productivity reports on cap management, and I look at the new agent productivity numbers, and I'm seeing that, I know you're going to tell me the company dollar doesn't show up. I know that doesn't show up, but the production shows up. And when I'm going back and I'm looking at some of our last 12 months of bringing in, and people say, I brought in a capper, where's the company dollar? Well, I put them on cap management. Who can tell me the real meaning of cap management? Who can identify to me the real reason we do cap management?
We do cap management to level out our annual budgets so that we don't have everybody coming off their cap at one point.
Yes. So does that mean that we just give them a free year, Dallas?
No.
No, that means that we check out our cap management report. And if you need to give somebody 2 or 3 or 4 months or 6 months, I don't have a problem with a year if that's where your hole is, or if that's what you need to do, but it shouldn't be a blanket, I'm going to cap manage them for a year. Okay. Because that's not how cap management works. It could be 3 months, it could be 2 months, it could be 9 months, it could be 7 months. It's wherever you have that hole. Number one. Number two is that I think you need to start putting, and I'd love for us to get a mastermind of team leaders together that are using this in your offer letter. You need to have a letter signed. I'm not a fan of sending out an offer letter. I'm more keeping it confidential because I think it appears to be more. I know sometimes the MAPS coaches say send out whatever and see what you get. I'm particularly not a fan of this. I'm not saying you can't do certain things, but I would be cautious about what we're offering, because if people join you for no money, they will leave you for the same thing. Okay. But I think in our cap management message or contract or agreement, whatever you want to call it, we need to have something there that if they leave after a certain time, or if they choose to, well, first of all, maybe they need to stay for a period of time. I mean, I hear from all of you all the time that somebody can't join us from Coldwell Banker or Compass because of their agreement. Well, why are we afraid to have an agreement of that? Okay. And then I also think that we have to have some kind of covenant in there that if they do decide to leave at the end of their cap management period, that I don't think we're protecting ourselves for any contracts that have been written, that you're going to collect the company dollar on those contracts when they close. And we're just, giving them away. I think we have to get back to not being afraid to show our value and not just wanting anybody just because we're going to offer a free cap. Okay. I'm not saying no to it. I'm just saying that I want us to be smart and I want to protect yourselves. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm just finding out that there's things that we could probably work on to be a little bit better at protecting you. Okay.
Hey, Georgia.
Yes.
Hey, to your point, when we talk to these big agents, a lot of team leaders are scared to call producing agents, especially like with Dayton, a $23 million producer might intimidate a lot of team leaders. If you can teach them to run their business like a business, one of the things when I was installing Hank last week, he spent 15 minutes at the team meeting talking about what he personally was going to do to help the agents. We had 83 people in the room at our team meeting last week. And he told them for 15 minutes what he was going to do to improve their business. And they couldn't have been more excited.
Yeah.
And if our team leaders can convey that message to prospects by coming to Keller, I'll teach you how to run your business like a business. I think everybody that's been around, I'm looking at Dallas here because Dallas has been around for probably as long as I've been around in the KW system. Most of the big players in real estate are horrible business people, but great salespeople. And if you can help them streamline their business, cut the fat, source their leads, and make them more profitable, they'll never leave you, Georgia. That's the key.
100%. And, there's plenty of video. We can teach that, Ray. We can teach that. And there's plenty of business like the database assessment, the Jason Abrams consulting videos, all of those things that I have asked you all to watch. I'm happy to teach you, but at the same time, it's frustrating for me to come out and try to teach you. And I say, so tell me what you got off the Jason Abrams database assessment. And and watching the next one about the ISA, and we haven't watched it because now we don't have the knowledge base and I have to start at the beginning, right? So I'm going to get Ashley over this week. Ashley, I want to get this done, is this page that has all the training video links on there so you guys can go and watch them. Guys, here's something you don't know. Ashley sees me in the car, in my office, putting on my makeup in the morning. I listen to these videos over and over and over and over again where I can even identify where Jason's going, contacts. I mean, I can literally just read, I can do it from what he's done. And you have to get that good at these things. And you don't have to start from scratch. You can just duplicate what some of these people are doing. All right, now let me stop for a minute because I need to leave here at about 2:10. So I'm going to turn this call over to Ray and to Lucas here in a few minutes. And Lucas is going to take you through the family reunion app, and then Ray's going to take you through a really, really great PowerPoint that he did for the ALC the other day. But I want to, before I finish up, I want to show you guys something because I am, I'm as serious as I can be about this, okay? Because we are not going to end the year like we did last year and not have our OPs profitable and our market centers profit sharing, or vice versa, our market centers profit sharing and our OPs profitable. Two ways to do it. Increase your internal production. You got to recruit. Here's the thing. This is our Slack. Now, I don't know if your numbers are accurate or not. We've got some yellow here, but I'm concerned because we only have 594, 747 total appointments. Okay. And that's, I think she put that in there wrong, but I think this needs to be 747. I think it'll convert. It should. We're usually at 23%, so we're at 21%. We have 153 R2 appointments and we're at 6% on those. So 747 total appointments. Our goal was 1360. We are at the last week and we don't have enough appointments. Now, let me quantify what an appointment is. Your OP might say it's different, and I'm okay with that. But let me tell you what an appointment is. An appointment is typically in command, it's only going to count if it's the first time appointment. I am personally okay if you're counting second or third appointments because I know sometimes it takes that much time to do that. Okay. But that doesn't mean you keep counting it over and over and over and over again every month and it takes you a year. That's not what I'm talking about. Be legitimate about it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it is not a group meeting with 5 recruits and you're meeting with all of them at one and you're counting 5. It's not that. It's individual meetings, one-on-one. And it's okay if your staff is doing the appointments. This is total appointments. It's not team leader appointments. Okay. But here's the thing, guys, just like they talked on the call, sometimes it's like, oh my God, Jason, were you listening to me? Because I was already prepared for this. We're not having enough appointments. We convert 21. They were talking about 24. We're converting at 21%. Not bad. But look, if we had even 1,200 appointments in there right now, okay, we would be at, you would be at a 1,300 conversion, but 13%, that's not what I meant to say. I did this wrong. I have to get my calculator out for this. If we were at 1,300 appointments and we were converting at, Rich can do this in his brain, 1,300 appointments, 1,300 times 25%, we would be at 325. I think we'd be around 300 agents, which is our goal. Our goal 353. Our net goal is 123. We are at 156 and 105. Negative. But here's the thing. 18 appointments, 15 appointments, 15 appointments, 14 appointments, 15 appointments, 4, 5, 5, 7, 0, 3, 5, 1, 1, 2. I'm not really upset with 4, but 3, 2. I want to see you guys should be at 5 or 7. I mean, you got 1 week left. Okay. 156, not good. Not good. So I'm gonna be sending you out an email if you're not where you need to be in your numbers and say what's going on. And OPs need your help. If the team leader can't do it, becomes the OP's opportunity or the staff's opportunity or somebody else's opportunity to do it. We can't keep doing this, okay? Second thing is, and Ashley, he needs 10 minutes. I'm just gonna do something really quick because I'm gonna share with screen with you with family reunion, okay? Ashley is sending out an email, or Angela's actually doing the one sending out the email about family reunion.
Correct.
Okay. And Ashley, you can go over this at the end of the call if they want, or we can talk about this on the next call. But I just want to remind everybody, your covenant says attend KWSRI's family reunion. Based on what I'm seeing, I do not see that you have all of your ALC coming to family reunion, nor do I see that OPs and team leaders are coming. So good job, Liliana. Imagine this. Liliana's winning the contest and was #1 with some recruiting going on. And look at this, Liliana. Number of registrations, 22. We went at the list and it looks like you've got everybody. I know your ALC was there because I asked them. Okay. Number of guests, you can work on that one. Okay, 0. But OP, team leader, MCA. Guys, we need to see that the OP, team leader, MCA are coming. We know we have a couple of medical opportunities, okay, and we're fine with that. We've got some team leaders in process. We're good with that, okay. But we need to see that all leadership is coming. Second thing is that some of these numbers here are pretty interesting. 0s, 1, 2, 3s. That means we don't have our agents and our ALC coming. Not good. So you're getting an email today, and we're going to get back on being accountable, sending out the emails, doing the follow-up, all the things we used to do that everybody said, please don't do this anymore. I love you all, but one of the things you guys said was, don't do so much follow-up. Don't send us so many emails. Don't be accountable. So we didn't last year, but we're not going to not do that anymore. We're getting back to what we used to do because that's how we get results. So I love y'all, but you're going to start seeing more emails and more accountability because we need to get results. And guess what? If you got your Liliana, you don't get emails about no participation. You don't get emails about no campers. You don't get emails about no appointments, do you? You get emails
No.
about what can I do to help you? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So as long as we're hitting the numbers and doing the things we need to do, then we won't have to do all of these other things. So, Ashley, I'm gonna leave this with you. I'm gonna hand this over to Lucas. Lucas, are you there?
Sure am.
There he is. All right, so Lucas is gonna take us into our contest. I also wanted to let everybody know we're gonna be doing the accountability with the 201 Plus. Lucas has been talking to the Market Center Tech Trainers. We're starting a contest, a fun contest with them, but we're not ready yet because we had to get a benchmark number. And then in February, when we get the February report, we're going to start showing you what the contest is going to be. But we are going to start tracking agents who are joining and making sure that they're getting into the 201 Plus Club, because we know that if an agent joins and gets into command and starts working their database, they have the opportunity to earn $119,000 or more. So we're going to talk about that on one of our next calls. Lucas is going to take you through the family reunion app. And then Hank is going to finish up with a really, really great PowerPoint that I want all of you to consider using in your market centers as a tool for you to be able to do this at a team meeting, because it's got some great content. And then Gene, we're going to get Gene on our next call or another call, and he's going to be doing his live presentation, where it's how much money do you need to live on? What are your investments? And what I'm sorry, it's lit. I said live. And what is your debt? So you can start helping your agents do wealth building. And it's a really cool little consulting conversation you can have with your recruits or your agents. I love you guys. You're going to be hearing from me this week. Let's go grow, 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 grow. Got to hit our numbers. Thank you, Ashley. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I'm leaving.
Bye, Georgia. Sorry.
How'd everybody leave?
Not everybody, just Georgia. All right. So Lucas, I think you can share. And while he's getting ready, guys, So this was, this was shown on the growth call, and I know they moved kind of fast on the growth call. You can't really ask your questions on the growth call. So Lucas is going to be going over something that you may, or if you weren't on the growth call, may not have seen. And this will also give you the opportunity to ask your questions. So Lucas, take it away.
Also in this, when we were working with your Market Center Tech trainers on our Wednesday call, we went over how they can give this demonstration to your Market Center, and we went over presentation tips. So they should be ready to give this when you have your next team meeting. All right, let's get started here. So when I start sharing my phone to the screen, my screen goes black. So I can't see you currently. So if you have a question, Ashley, if you could monitor, if anybody, please raise your hand, and Ashley, if you would call on them as I'm going through. Can
Yep.
y'all currently see my screen, my phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So when we go to the KW Command app in here, which if any of your agents don't have this downloaded, time to have a talk with them. But we can see here in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, what does it say?
Family Reunion 2025.
Guest login. So if your recruit who you are bringing to Family Reunion doesn't have a login, they can go here and enter their confirmation number or their email address. So if they cannot remember which email address was used, or you used an email address and they can't remember because you bought them the tickets, however this is working, they can click here and say, I don't know my information. And it pulls up an auto-populated email that they can send in to the support team. Now, they are seeing that they're getting about a 1 to 2 day turnaround time on this. So as we move closer to Family Reunion, what they have promised us so far is that the Friday before, they're going to turn this into a live chat link. That way your recruits are able to get that live response right then, and they're not having to wait to get into this the 1 or 2 days that it would take otherwise. But until that time, if you have the information, the confirmation number to send them, just have a running sheet that you can send them and say, hey, remember, here's your confirmation number when you're going to sign in. All right, any questions on that part so far?
I think we're good, Lucas. I don't see any hands raised.
Awesome. All right, if you do accidentally click in here, you can always go back and we sign into our command account. Take a second. All right, like Donnie said on the growth call today, we have this lovely banner at the top that says join us in Vegas, February 17th through 21st. We can dismiss this, and in the bottom right, there is a hamburger code, and we can go to Family Reunion 2025. So here is our home screen that's going to do some featured sessions. I am scrolling at the bottom. It's not doing that on its own, right below the browse sessions. Then we can go over to our sessions. This is where they really took into account a lot of our feedback, because I know I was one of those who was grabbing every labs member I could going, this is awful. This events app is really bad. Like every time you clicked an event, it would restart you all the way over and you'd have to find something. But now, as you see, as we're going through, you can select multiple and it's not going to take you back to the top. So you can go to any of these events that you want and use this bookmark in the top right-hand corner, and it automatically adds this to your agenda. Can I get a hallelujah for that?
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Thank y'all. Yeah, I am so happy about that because I almost would not put my events into the agenda. I literally only did it to show people and be, supposed to practice what you preach. So I had to put it in there, but I was like, I would really just make a spreadsheet of this. This app, however, I am like, yes, let me get my information in here. You can go by date and say, okay, let me look today. What are we wanting to do? Yeah, I want to go to the opening ceremony and vision speech. Yeah, I want to go to the word ceremony. Whatever you want to choose, and when you go over to your agenda, it auto-populates in there, and again, you can go by day. All right? If you accidentally click something, it's as easy as pushing that bookmark again. Just push this here and it will go away. All right. What Donnie also spoke about was this amazing feature at the top. In the top right-hand corner, you see this little ellipsis or 3 dots. You push that and you can share your agenda. And it pops up and it gives you all the ways that you can share on here, all the people you can share to. All right. And you could send this to your recruits. You could say, hey, let's look at sharing this and get going through, and I'm going to create an agenda for you and share to you. Or you could have your recruits create their agenda and share it with you so that you can say, oh, well, this one here, I know this speaker at this time slot. Let's go to this one instead because they're so amazing. I think this will really help your business. So either way you want to work with that one. Do we have any questions on the My Agenda portion or adding sessions?
Lucas, are they gonna actually post the people who are participating in panels? I see
know,
I see where they've got the
The
they've got
speakers?
some of the people who are actually doing the speakers, but they don't have
Yes.
everybody participating in the
Panel.
panels that are on there.
So I think that'll be in the description of the session. They will not be added as the speakers themselves because we have so many people in the panels that creating all the bios and everything would be just this momentous task for them. So no, I think they will add on here in the description of it who is on the panel. But I'm not sure on that one. I'll actually have to get back to you. Who is that asking the question?
Dallas.
Dallas. Thank you, Dallas. I will get back to you with that answer. All right. Now, and they also, I will say on that, Dallas, they don't have all the speakers in yet. They did tell us that they were hoping to have them in by next week. So we do have a timeline on getting all the speakers in. So if they don't get back with me, we'll at least have that answer then.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I heard that on the call that they didn't have all the speakers in, but I just didn't see where they were even putting any of the panelists in on it yet. So that I was curious about that.
Yeah, it would be good if they added it, but I just think that's going to be too big of a task for them this round. So, all right. Thank you so much for that question, Dallas. Any others? Awesome. Let's move right over to our last 2 tabs here. We have the speakers, just like we were talking about. All right. So we can go in here, and if you really love to hear Jason Abrams or Jay Papasan, you can come in and you can see what sessions they are participating in. And you can add that again to your agenda. That's going to come up. And lastly, our exhibits. So these are the people who are going through and going to be in the exhibit hall. And so if there's somebody you're wanting to look and make sure they're there, we were told that you would be able to click on them and it would tell you where their booth was. Now, I do not know if that feature is going to make it in time, but they were saying that you would be able to click on Cyberbacker and it would be able to take you to where they would be in the exhibit hall. And lastly, down here in the right-hand corner is our map. Do we see this blue button down here in the right-hand corner? Remember, you gotta
Yes.
say yes, sir.
We see
Awesome,
it.
thank you. All right, so down here in the right-hand corner, we have our event map. If this is too small for you, if you're like me, and I always have my glasses on top of my head instead of actually on my face so I can see things, you can click in here and zoom in and out. Okay, but this will not be interactive. It's not going to show you your location. It is just going to be a picture map. I know that makes us feel like we're back in the last century, like 1999, having a map out, before TomTom. But we can still go through and see when it says Bay 8. I hope people were laughing at that. I can't really see, so we're just going to go on. But you can go in and see and zoom in, saying which way you're going, general session, and it is by level. So we have level 1. Level 2, again, we can move around, and level 3, which I've not seen many things that are on level 3, but I'm still going through myself and setting my agenda. Before I stop sharing on this, do we have any questions of something that you would like me to show you or go back over? Awesome.
Thank you.
All righty. I'm going to stop mirroring then. What are our thoughts on this? Any ideas that come to mind with this, like the sharing with the recruits? Anything there that you could give out that maybe somebody else would use that idea? I see some smiles now. I can see it now. Some people had some ideas come through there. Anybody want to share?
I think we're good.
Awesome. All right. That's the app. Again, super excited about that. So glad they could get us out here. One thing to remember is this is going to show your recruits, and it's a great thing, a great advertisement that we can work in the palm of our hand, that we have this app right here because we are one of the few real estate companies that have that. So they'll be able to get that firsthand feel of what you're able to offer. So it's another great recruiting tool to get these recruits in. All right. I'm going to turn it, if no more questions, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Ashley.
All right, thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. And I'm sure as you guys go through this, if you have any questions, you know to reach out to us. I'm going to turn it over to Ray. I'm going to pull up his PowerPoint in just a minute. He's going to give his market of the moment as Georgia share. Before I turn it over to him, I just want to let you guys know, I'm about to open up registration for Biz Like Biz with Bob Kalinsky. We're going to have it in Tampa and we're going to have it in Orlando. For those of you who don't know, Bob is our regional operating partner. So this is a big deal to have him come to our region. Like I said, we're going to have it in Tampa. We're going to have it in Orlando. And I'm getting registration is going to be opening. Well, it's open right now. The email realistically probably won't go out till tomorrow, but I'm letting you guys know to be on the lookout for it. Also was able to get Train the Presenter confirmed with Antoinette. So I know a couple of you have been asking for that, for yourselves, for your agents. That is opening up. And then also the leadership meeting RSVP for our March leadership meeting that's going to be in Tampa. That RSVP is going to be opening up as well. So just letting you guys know that's a couple of things coming your way. As those come out, let me know. We'll deep dive on that on the MCA call on Wednesday. Just go a little slower through that, but just want to let everybody know what's on the horizon and what to expect. So, all right, Ray, I'm going to share my screen and get your PowerPoint started so you can share the update with us.
Okay, perfect.
Hold on a
So
second.
guys, while she's pulling that up, when I'm meeting with agents, doing coaching with them and talking about their business, a lot of agents are saying, well, Ray, I've got all these listings, and if I would just sell 1, 2, 3, 4, I would be doing great. So, we have the conversation about, what does that expectation talk look like when you go on a listing appointment? How much communication or lack of communication are you having with your listings, weekly, daily, whatever you promise them. But first and foremost, I want people to understand where this all comes from, okay? So I put together a presentation that I did in the Waterford Lakes Market Center for our agents here. And Georgia wanted me to do a presentation on something like this for Nona. So I happened to have it and I did it. And she liked it so much. She goes, would you mind going through this? Well, guys, I'm going to go through it pretty quick. If you want this presentation, ask Ashley. You can amend it. It'll be open. You can make changes to it. One of the other things that I did when I talked to our Avito group was I made a Word document that NAR just put out for the profile of the 2024 buyer and seller, what they look like. Gary Keller's probably going to do this in his vision speech. I'm sure he'll probably have the same information going really, really deep into it. But Ashley, can you put up the presentation?
Yep, I'm sharing my screen. Can everybody see my
Perfect.
screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right, so go to the first slide. All right, so, when we're looking at things, if you go into the MLS, I would say about 40% of the pictures that are in the Stellar MLS are iPhone pictures, okay? So we're gonna talk about each one of these, but this is gonna kind of give you an overview of what we're gonna talk about really quick. We're gonna talk about professionally staged and decluttered pictures. We're going to talk about the importance of curb appeal, can make or break a buyer's opinion. Because guys, this is the reality. If somebody's coming in town from call it Wisconsin, to look at properties here in your town, you know, you want to make sure that your client's house is one of the 12 they're going to see. And it all starts with pictures and a description. So professional pictures, curb appeal, and having those conversations on the front end are huge. Once somebody gets into a house, clean and declutter, staging the home will put its best foot forward. When I first started in real estate, because I was horrible at paints and staging, I hired a stager for $99, and I went with her, and she gave the consultations with the clients. And over time, I know as a realtor what to do and what not to do. Do the small repairs, repaint to make a lasting impression. Go with neutral colors to appeal to the greater number of buyers, and make sure the home doesn't have any funny odors, especially pet odors. Our agents have to be brutally honest with people. When they walk into a listing, they have to, if it smells like dog or cat or God knows what, we have to address that because it's not going to get any better. Okay. Next, Ashley. Do professional pictures, help sell the house. 92% of buyers start shopping online, and 60% spend time on the pictures. Only 20% are about the description. You know, one of the things that Hank's probably going to be helping us in our market centers and the region with is using AI. I knew a lot of agents now are starting to use the power of AI for descriptions. And as Hank would say, that's not even 101 in real estate and what you can do with AI, but that's another discussion for another time. Homes with higher quality pictures sell 32% faster than homes with lower quality pictures. It just makes your house look more inviting. Have more photos when selling is a great advantage. It gives potential buyers a better window to the true likeness of the home. With home inventory increasing, especially in Orlando, our inventory over the last 2 years has increased over 100%. Setting your house apart online is the key to being part of the buyer's wish list when they come into town. Next, Ashley. First impressions, curb appeal, repaint the front door. Guys, this is, you know, it sounds like a small thing, but when I'm a realtor and I go to unlock the lockbox, my people are sitting there for 10 to 30 seconds looking around right in front of the front door. If the front door is not nice, if there's wasp mess up there, we need to power wash it. If the lock is nasty and rusty, they need to replace the lock, paint the front door, touch up the trim, just make it look nice. Trim the hedges, mow the grass, weed the beds, add fresh mulch, and add a splash of flower color to the flower beds. Power wash the driveway and walkways. I actually, when I go on a listing appointment, I actually take care, once they hire me, I have my power wash person, if it needs it, come out and do that. Because I want to show them up front that I'm contributing to the sale of their house. As long as I accept the listing. Clean the interior and exterior of the windows, replace old and faded house numbers. This is huge. Replace old and dated lighting. If I go into a bathroom and the bathroom's nice, but it's still got the Hollywood lights for 40, 50 bucks per light, you can go to Lowe's, and I'm not handy, I can do that. So the little things will help your house stand out. Replace or repaint the mailbox. Use potted plants to add color. It's nice and easy and low cost. Next. Tips to declutter and staging. Think of what builders' models look like when you walk in through the front door. They're basically clean looking. There's not a whole lot on the counters. Everything has a place. And again, it's really all about them putting their furniture in that space. Clutter takes up a lot of valuable space and does not allow a potential buyer to see the features of the home. Depersonalize. Potential buyers try to imagine themselves in a home with their belongings, not our belongings. Remove most of your family photos and anything you may have that is not mainstream. Deep clean and repair any holes, scratches that are visible. People do not want a fixer-upper unless that's what they want to bid on. Rearrange furniture to help create spacious and welcoming atmosphere. Choose neutral colors to appeal to the masses. A pop of color can also make a nice impression. You know, I'm about to list a house, and when my agent went out there, he took pictures. They painted the ceiling black. Okay, this is the hard conversation we have to have. Even though you guys are goth people, the average buyer out there is not. So our advice is for you to paint the ceiling white. Okay, he showed me the pictures. I gave my take on it and helped him have that conversation about what that could look like and why it's important to the seller. And the importance to the seller is time or top dollar or both. Okay, next. A nose knows. This is the last slide of this. Smell directly impacts our emotions and can subconsciously influence our perspective of space. Choose subtle, non-overpowering scents that are generally considered pleasant, like vanilla, citrus, or pine. A fresh, clean scent like citrus or linen can convey a sense of cleanliness and hospitality, make a house feel more appealing. A bad or stale odor can indicate underlying problems with a property like moisture, pets, or poor cleaning, leading to immediate suspicions from buyers. I can't tell you how many houses I've walked in with a buyer and it's very musky and mildewy smell. And the first thing the buyer says is, I wonder if there's a water leak. How old's the roof? Do you think it leaked into the attic? So guys, we have to have these conversations and teach our agents that when they smell that, we need to address it up front. You've heard for years, bake cookies for open houses. Everybody likes the smell of cookies. And remember, not every buyer likes or has pets. I'm a big pet person, especially a dog person. But when people go into a house that has pet smells, even though I'm a pet person, I don't like the smell of somebody else's pet, nor do I want to live in a house that smells like somebody else's pet. So just know that. All right. And then Ashley, if you can you put up the Word document that I sent you?
Yep, give me 1 second, I'll pull that up.
So guys, that's just a really good thing to teach, maybe at a team meeting. That's what Georgia was saying, to give to your agents. We have to have these hard conversations. It's great to get a listing, but it costs me money and time if it doesn't sell. And it's pretty demoralizing when it expires. It's horrible. Okay, first-time home buyer, the profile of buyers and sellers. First-time home buyers only constituted 24% of the market, down from 32% last year. Traditionally, we're sitting at about 37, 38% first-time home buyers. And of course, that's all due to affordability, guys. We want our people to understand that at some point that will level back out when rates go down. And the number that NAR said was, if rates get into the fives and touch 6.1 million buyers get back in the market. 6.1 million buyers get back into the market if rates touch 6% or lower. First-time home buyers traditionally make up, like I said, 36, 37% of the market. The average first-time home buyer, guys, 38 years old. When I was younger, it was in the 20s. It's getting older and older. The hard part of that, guys, is because when you buy a house, it helps you create generational wealth because you actually are forced to save money and the house appreciates. We're missing a generation of people being able to be second-time home buyers, the move-up buyer. Because if they wait till they're 38, they didn't buy at 31 and 32 like normal. They don't have all those years of appreciation and forced savings. So it's going to hurt us later. The average, this was for last year, the average repeat buyer was 61 years old. That's up from 58 years old last year. Typical home buyer median income was $108,800. First-time home buyer median income, $97,000. Most people don't come out of college, guys, making $97,000. So you're looking at one super earner, or you're looking at two people that have good jobs to be a first-time home buyer. And that number increased $26,000 as a first-time home buyer, whether it's a person or a couple, over the last 2 years. And that's all due to, it's getting harder and harder to buy unless you're making money or have a good interest rate. Repeat buyers had a median income of $114,000 plus. 17% of home buyers purchased multi-generational houses. Now, this is a big thing, guys, because the reality is People are having their parents move in with them. They're having their kids move back home. And when you look at the top reasons cited for them buying multi-generational houses, cost savings is the top reason, being able to put multi-people in there. 25% have aging parents coming back. 21% have 18-plus-year-olds coming back. Kids going off to college, not getting a job, need to come back home from their university. And then you have people that basically say, my kids aren't moving out, they're just staying with me. So those are the real numbers. 88% of purchases were made through a real estate agent. That's, we were really worried when the whole NAR lawsuit came down that people would stop using agents. Nothing's changed, okay? That's just the reality. 90% of buyers actually express that they had a satisfaction with the buying experience. Guys, this is what it boggles my mind that only 17% of people on the buy side use the same agent. But if people don't have a follow-up system, you want to teach your agents how to do business, work on their special events for their databases and their follow-up systems. And next month, I'll get the personal marketing company to give me some stuff that we can give to our agents for low cost in a follow-up system. This is what I've been using for 10 years. It's fantastic. It's a great safety net if you're not going to call your database religiously. 88% of buyers would use and refer their agent. They say that up front because they had that good experience. One of the things that's saving our housing market right now is that we have last year, we had 428 billion of home equity that we built up last year alone from our 38 trillion in equity total. So we can still see, even though we had a pretty down year for real estate, we still made money. So when your agents say, I have a really hard time when people say, is real estate still a good investment? These are the numbers you can quote, okay? So just know that. Average equity in a average equity in a seller's home in 2024 was 311 million. Guys, this is what we were actually having this conversation in our Oviedo huddle today. The average American is paying almost 29% in interest if they carry debt on their credit card, 25 to 29%. So they might have $30,000 in credit card debt that they're almost paying 30% on. They could take an equity line, and even if they're paying 10% on that equity line, out of the money of their house and wipe out that $30,000 in debt, guys, that payment would save them hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And if our agents can have that conversation with their database, they become more than an agent. They become a great resource for other things anytime somebody needs help. So guys, we need to be teaching our agents to be savvy when it comes to this type of stuff, and just know that ultimately we're not just realtors. We can really help a lot of people out in a lot of different aspects of people's lives. So these are two things that Ashley's going to send out to everybody. Anything you want to change or modify, you have my blessing. I love doing this for the region. Any questions? Ashley, take it away.
All right. So I will, I'll put everything on the hub for you guys, where you can find it it'll be with the recordings and everything. If you need a reminder of where to find that, reach out to me, but it will be in a hub, to avoid, there's some things we will send out via email that we need to, but most of the stuff we try to keep it on the hub so there's less emails going out to you guys. So if you need help on where to find it, reach out to me. I'll be happy to show you. But I think that's all we have for today. Like I said before, look for the emails regarding our upcoming training coming. And then Angela is going to be sending out your emails today regarding a family reunion. So you can take a look at that. Let us know if something's missing. And Liliana, we will send yours out just so you can see what we have for you guys, so you guys can verify if something is missing and we need to go to events, just so you have the information. So, all right, guys, thank you for your time today. Appreciate you. Again, congratulations to our cruise winners. I'll be getting with you with all the details and all that fun stuff. Have a great week, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ashley.
Bye. Thank you, Ray.